Alright, Supreme Court to affirm Tinubu on Monday as duly elected president to beat the FBI file release. In this video, I will be bringing you some of the commentaries and what is ongoing now at the tribunal and the election tribunal and what is about to happen. So the presidential election list of judges that we hear Atiku will be appeal against Tinubu. The Supreme Court has constituted a 7-member panel of justice to hear the appeal in the petitions filed by 3 presidential candidates challenging the outcome of the February 2023 election. The notices for the hearing were served on the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Atiku Abubakar, that of the Labour Party (LP) Peter Obi, and Allied People's Movement (APM) Chichi Ojei. The notice signed by Zainab M Garba in the office of the registrar said by the Order 2 Rule 1, Section 2 of the Supreme Court's Rules 1985 as amended, the notice is deemed as sufficiently served on the parties. The list of the members of the panel to sit on the appeal include Justice Musa Dattijo Muhammad, Uwani Musa Abba Aji, Lawal Garba, Helen M, Ogunwumiju Saulawa, Tijjani Abubakar, and Emmanuel Agim. Atiku had in his appeal maintained that the presidential election petition court held when they dismissed his petition on the ground that the petitioners failed to prove allegations of irregularities in the presidential election, 25% requirement in the FCT, $60,000 forfeiture, and failure of the Independent National Election Commission to transmit the election from the polling unit to IREV using beavers as provided in its law and guidelines. In the application by his counsel, Chris Uche's son, Atiku also requested leave to file academic records of Tinubu, which he alleged were forged. On his part, Obi is contending that the tribunal's refusal of his 18,088 polling units blood result was a miscarriage of justice. Ojei of the OPM in her petition is contending that Tinubu and his deputy Kashim Shettima were disqualified on the ground of invalid nomination for the offices. But in his reply, Tinubu, through his counsel Wole Oladipekun's son, requested that the court to hold that Atiku's petition was an abuse of court processes and lacks merit. Tinubu describes Obi's petition as jamboree and lacking in merit. Now, and some persons have commented saying, very disturbing and disheartening that Justice Helen Ogunwumiju, who is in the Supreme Court panel handling the presidential election petition, is the mother of Kehinde Ogunwumiju son, who is one of the APC's lawyers. Forget if I don't get the correct pronunciation of the names. So she is also the mother of an Ondo state legislator on the platform of APC. This is the justice that can't be trusted, seeing that all of them are partisans and belong to APC. How do we expect justice to be delivered when all their appeal court justice and that of the Supreme Court justice are in bed with the Nigerian politicians and political parties? Nigeria has become a society characterized by the lack of adherence to legal principles and an effective judicial system, making it difficult for citizens to trust their justice system. Now, I will read what Jackson said, Jackson PBN, and I quote: "The 7 panel of rogues justice of the Supreme Court set up by Justice Olakoyede Ariwola on the presidential election petition of Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi would on Monday reject the new evidence of certificate forgery against Bola Tinubu and affirm him as duly elected president of Nigeria. The justice would hinge their decisions on technical grounds in what might become the fastest election petition decision, mainly aimed at beating the FBI file set to be released at the end of October. The FBI files contains damning details of Tinubu's crimes in the US and his malfeasance to date. The rogue justice Adamu, I'm quoting Jackson PBN, the rogue justice Adamu Jauru, Uwani Musa Abba Aji, Lawal Garba, Helen M, and Saulawa. Tijjani, Abubakar, and Emmanuel Agim are currently being housed and guarded by operatives of the SS led by the Director General Yusuf Bichi. They would be conferencing today, and by Monday, lawyers representing the parties are to appear before them. As soon as the lawyers make their argument, justice will take a decision putting an end to the presidential election petition. What do you think? Let me see you in the next